Okay guys, welcome to this video. Somebody asked, how do economic news play into all this? And in this video I would like to elaborate on that. As it may not surprise you, the news are used by the smart money cartel in order to implement what they're doing anyways. But in general they try to maintain economic plausibility. So this is what I call a plausibility principle. So for example, let's say we talk about euro dollar, and then you have US unemployment coming out and it's lower than expected, so this should be good for the US dollar. So in theory euro dollar should go down because the dollar wins against the euro. And so that means in general, if that's possible, they will rather do that, so that from the outside it looks like it makes all sense and there's some logic. However, they will of course not do so if the dumb money is placed correctly, otherwise these guys will win. So the news principle states that clear results of news announcements are generally priced in by the smart money algos. However, the bigger the dumb money bias, the bolder the smart money will behave. As I said before, this includes cases in which medium news are completely disregarded in order to kill a clear net dumb money difference. Phishing and fake momentum are common phenomena when it comes to news announcements. SM algos normally do not know the news results in advance. That's very important, yes? Many people think that the algos know the news beforehand, the results. But that's not really the case. Of course, they're the first ones to know, so there is a they have an advantage in terms of speed and execution without question, yes. But, and yes, there are also cases where news results leaked out before they are published. But in general, they do not know the news in advance because the algos don't need to know. They are pre-programmed, okay? We don't have any human intervention here. It's all automated, guys. We live in algorithmic times, so there's no exception. So basically, the algorithms just implement predefined scenarios. So for example, if then the unemployment is way lower than expected, they need to price this in more than if there's a medium result. So there is a proportionality between the boldness of the smart money to disregard any economic logic and what they can achieve by disregarding it. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Every day we have our news items. Yes, experienced traders know which items are market moving, which are not. Many news sites try to mark them as red, but experienced traders know what at the moment moves the market, what does not really move the market. You cannot trade Forex without being aware of this. I'm amazed. There are people who don't know what news are coming out, etc. You have to know, okay? The market has a nonlinear dynamic and it moves according to what's on the menu. And to say that straight away, and experienced trader of course know that as well, the big moves which are officially a result of news results are a killer for many long-term traders and long-term systems. Yeah, the price may move in the right direction for weeks, and then in one single hour it completely goes the other way and takes everything away they had. For example, people who try to implement trend following strategies, they then lose everything in a single day. Now, this is on purpose, of course. Okay, so let's get back to basics. Yeah, as I said before, the news items, they differ with regard to their significance. There are low news, medium news, significant news, very significant news. I gave you examples here. This is common knowledge, of course. What's not common knowledge is that how they conduct the moves. And I will explain to you why there's no consistency from the perspective of the dumb money. Before I do that, let me just say it's a good idea in general to distinguish each trading session. Yeah, if there are big items on the menu, better call it a news session because the whole market evolves around the results which are about to be published. And this here is the reality, okay? The importance of the news plus the expectation beforehand as stated, plus the actual result, plus the news beforehand, and of course, most importantly, as I show here, what is a dumb money bias? Okay, where are the positions, where are the stops, where's the influx, etc. I showed that in other videos, I showed a bit already. And this determines how the smart money cartel will price in the news. There are other phenomena such as fake momentum. I do not elaborate on this right now, yeah? But this is a good example, an old one from the 22nd of May 2015 cable. Yeah, you see, it's not difficult to realize. Big dumb money long positions. So if the price would go up, then you know these guys would make money. Okay, so the dumb money bias is long, so the smart money bias is short. They want to put them away. So here on the lower time frame, we see there are the positions of the dumb money. And now we have the following. We have US news being published and then Carney's speech. Yeah, so Draghi's speech and Carney's speech at the same time. So different data items being published. And guess what? What will happen? What do you think? It will not go up. And by the way, it doesn't matter whether, for example, suddenly the US data is very bad, the CPI is very low, etc. They will not just push the price up unless they have to. I'll come to that later. So they will not just let these dumb money traders win. Remember, no easy money principle. Okay, so they will push it down. You already know they will pull the price down against those guys no matter what. This is exactly what happened that day. And so here another example. Yeah, we have shorties in the market. The dumb money is short, so they would make money if the price goes down. So the smart money wants to push the price up against the dumb money shorties and take out their stops eventually. So like here we have the US business optimism being published, and what happens? Even though actually the dollar should gain value and the price the market should come down, it goes up. These are situations where you are, what the heck? That doesn't make any sense. The news were the other way. Why suddenly does the market go the other way? And then many people tell themselves, well, it's already priced in. That's a common excuse. Okay, again, remember, ludic fallacy, Nassim Taleb. Making retrospectively in story, explaining yourself why you were wrong. Don't be one of these people. And guess what? More shorties come in because they say, wait, we have the news results. The dollar should actually gain in value. So the euro dollar should come down. So I short, it will come down. And because people think that way, and they are economically speaking right, they, without knowing, they push the price higher by entering short positions. Do you understand the fallacy here? They believe it's about supply and demand. It is not. We have a smart money cartel who is able to move prices where they want, and who sees the cards of everybody, who knows where the limits, stops, positions are. They can distinguish between long-term, short-term, middle-term. They have a complete advantage, as I showed in the previous videos. There are other effects I do not want to elaborate on, but for example, the added news effects. Like say you have different items which all point in one direction, you see? And in that case, of course, the normal dynamics which I explained, they always apply, including, for example, pre-stop run counter moves. Yeah. So the smart money will always make sure that everybody loses, and they will move the price in a way which ensures that this happens. Yeah. So this includes the things I showed beforehand, and they play with momentum. They play with time. They play with the non-linear nature of the whole beast. Okay? So I just would like to stress these points. And I do not think that this is too difficult to understand once you understand the other things I already explained. Yes? So yes, many news items can be market movers. And the reason why sometimes it goes completely the other way, remember the example I gave you last time with the Kiwi dollar and the interest rates. The reason is not that something is priced in already. The reason is that the smart money cartel is able to push the price. They take out the dumb money. And guess what? It's not a peripheral phenomena. They do that all the time, every day. Okay? Do not believe that the price is random. It's not random. Do not believe that supply and demand move the markets. It doesn't. This is short position, so actually it should go down according to supply and demand theory. It doesn't. It goes up. Okay? I hope this is understood now. Again, please be so kind to watch the live trade videos I posted and the other videos. And last but not least, be so kind to at least give me a like or positive comment to keep me motivated. Stay safe. All the best.